What if I told you that the opening scene of Mortal Kombat 2 is so powerful, so emotionally charged that it literally made the franchise's own creator cry every single time he's seen it? Yeah, cry. We're talking about Ed Boon, the man who helped create Mortal Kombat, saying the sequel's intro punches you in the face. So what could possibly make the co-creator of one of the most violent video game franchises ever shed tears? Let's break down exactly what Boon revealed, what this could mean for Mortal Kombat 2, and whether the hype is actually justified, or just another round of fatal marketing. Mortal Kombat 2 is still a few months away, but we're already hearing some wild reactions from people who've seen early cuts of the film, including Ed Boon himself. In a recent interview with Collider, Boon said the movie's opening scene hits so hard that it gets him every single time he's seen it. His exact words? "I don't think I've seen it yet and not cried. It is intense. It punches you in the face. It's the best way to start the movie, and the rest of the film lives up to it." Now, that's a bold statement, especially from someone who's been part of this franchise for over 30 years. This isn't some random influencer hyping it up. This is the guy who made Mortal Kombat what it is. But it also makes you wonder, why would a Mortal Kombat movie known for over-the-top gore and brutal fatalities make its creator emotional? Are we talking shock value or genuine storytelling? Here's what's interesting. Boon didn't say the opening was crazy violent or super epic. He said it made him cry. That word choice matters. So what could be so emotional about a Mortal Kombat movie? Maybe we're looking at a story that goes deeper than just blood and fatalities. Maybe it opens with tragedy, the fall of a hero, or the death of a loved one. Something that sets a darker, more human tone before the carnage begins. There's also the possibility it ties back to Scorpion and Sub-Zero. The first film opened with their feud, a family tragedy that gave Mortal Kombat a surprisingly emotional backbone. Maybe the sequel revisits that story or escalates it in a way that hits even harder. And if that's the case, it makes sense that Boon, who's been involved in every iteration of these characters since 1992, would feel that emotional weight. He's not just watching a movie, he's watching 3 decades of world building come full circle. Beyond the tears, Boon didn't hold back about what fans can expect. He called Mortal Kombat 2 double the intensity of the 2021 movie, which, by the way, was the first R-rated entry in the franchise's movie history. His words, "The previous Mortal Kombat movie was the first one rated R. It was unabashed Mortal Kombat. Double that and you have this movie." That's a lot. Fans have been begging for the actual tournament to finally appear, the thing the first movie teased but never fully delivered. And according to Boon, this is the one that'll finally give it to us. He said, "We have the tournament, which is a big request from fans. It will absolutely satisfy you." So the stakes are higher, the action's doubled, and the emotions are apparently through the roof. Sounds like a recipe for something special or something dangerously overhyped. Now let's pause for a second. We've heard this one's for the fans a lot lately in Hollywood, and it doesn't always turn out the way we hope. Remember when The Matrix Resurrections was supposed to be for the fans? Or when The Flash promised it would change everything? Yeah, not exactly flawless examples. So while Boon's passion is real, and nobody doubts his love for the franchise, we still have to wonder, is Mortal Kombat 2 truly that good, or is this just pre-release hype to get people talking? That being said, there's a key difference here. Boon isn't a studio executive or a marketing manager. He's a creator. And if someone like him says he's emotionally moved by what he saw, there's probably substance behind it. Still, the skeptic in me can't help but think, maybe that cry every timeline was a little exaggerated for the interview. Because let's be honest, how many times has Boon seen it now? 10? 20? That's a lot of crying. But hype or not, this sequel has a lot riding on it. The 2021 reboot was fun, but divisive. Some fans loved the fresh take and brutal combat, others felt it pulled its punches, especially without the official tournament. This time though, director Simeon McCoy is back, and he's got a clear path. The cast includes returning faces like Louis Tan for Cole, Hiroyuki Sanada for Scorpion, and Joe Taslim for Sub-Zero. They're joined by newcomers like Karl Urban as Johnny Cage, and some believe that Urban has got the charisma, the snark, and the physicality to pull off Johnny Cage's arrogance without turning him into a cartoon. And with Ed Boon closely watching production, even previewing early cuts of the film, it feels like the creative team is more in sync with the game's DNA than ever before. To really appreciate what's coming, you have to understand what Mortal Kombat means to pop culture. When the original game hit arcades in 1992, it was pure chaos, and that's exactly why it became legendary. While Street Fighter gave us clean, colorful fights, Mortal Kombat gave us blood, bones, and fatalities that shocked the world. It didn't just entertain, it changed gaming forever. Lawmakers actually used Mortal Kombat as part of the reason to create the ESRB rating system. That's how controversial it was. So when you think about it, every time a new Mortal Kombat movie releases, it carries decades of legacy and controversy with it. Fans don't just want another fighting movie, they want the ultimate Mortal Kombat experience. That's a huge amount of pressure for any filmmaker, even with Ed Boon's approval. So what could that face-punching opening actually look like? Let's speculate a bit, because this is where things get exciting. We know the movie picks up directly after the events of the first one. Shang Tsung promised the next time they meet, it'll be at the tournament. So that's probably where we're heading. Could the opening scene be the death of a major character? Maybe a brutal execution that kicks off the tournament stakes? Or perhaps it opens with Scorpion's resurrection, something fans have been craving since the first film ended. Some rumors even suggest we'll see Outworld and Earthrealm colliding in a way we've never seen before, with higher budget effects, more locations, and better choreography. If the intro really makes Ed Boon emotional, it might not just be about death or destruction, maybe it's about legacy, a moment that reminds us why these characters matter even after decades of over-the-top violence. And that's what makes Boon's comments so interesting. Mortal Kombat has always been violent, but rarely emotional. If the sequel can blend heart with brutality, something like what Logan did for Wolverine, it could redefine what fans expect from a fighting game adaptation. Because let's be honest, the 2021 film had potential, but it lacked emotional connection. It had the moves, but not the soul. If Mortal Kombat 2 manages to fix that, Boon's tears will make a lot more sense. Mortal Kombat 2 is set to hit theaters on May 15, 2026. That's still a ways away, but production has wrapped and early reactions, including Ed Boon's, are making the wait even tougher. Between the cast upgrades, the promised tournament, and an emotional gut punch of an opening, the sequel might finally be the one that delivers what fans have been asking for since 1995. So let's break it down one last time. Ed Boon says the movie's opening punches you in the face and makes him cry. He's seen it multiple times and still gets emotional. He promises double the brutality, the long-awaited tournament, and a film that's everything fans have demanded from Mortal Kombat. That's huge, but is it too huge? Because here's the real question. Can a Mortal Kombat movie truly deliver both heart and horror at the same time? Can it make you cry and cheer for a fatality in the same breath? We'll find out soon enough. So what do you think that opening scene could be? Are they following the current timeline where we'll get to meet Ermac? Do you believe Ed Boon's reaction, or do you think it's just clever marketing? And who are you most excited to see return? Scorpion, Sub-Zero, or Johnny Cage? Let me know your thoughts down below, because I'm really curious how you all feel about this one. As always, if you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay up to date with everything Mortal Kombat and beyond, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. This is Movie Sentry, and I'll see you in the next one.